With luck, they'll hold out against dredge as well.
It must be because I made them walk for so long. Should have made a camp. That place looks awesome. Well defendable. You jostle through fallow crowds of sunken faces who appear as though they've been freezing in front of Frostvellr for days. The gates are closed. You come to a stop at the bottom of the hill. Ah, don't be closed. Let me in. This is not looking good. Why are so many people in the fields? We can't stay outside in the open like this. Oddleff finds you amongst the many refugees. Rook, I just talked to some of the women here. Nobody's being let into the city. Why? It's overrun with Varl from Blotsbacher, Greyhorn, people from Bitra, all the nearby villages. Dredge are everywhere. And the chieftain of Frostvellr has locked himself in this great hall. That's when they close the gates. When the dredge come, these hills will return red. We have to get in there. Right, how are we going to get in? We have to get in the wall somehow. Let's lay low for now and see what happens. Where else could we go? We're getting in the wall somehow. I can get that gate open. Let's see if there's any other way before we start breaking down gates. I wasn't going to break it, just push really hard. He's my favourite. He rocks. Right. Everyone's pissed off, so let's rest. You spend the whole day at the rest houses. Everyone gives you the same story. The chieftain just shut himself in his great hall and closed the gates. There are a lot of wounded people here, says Alette. We could help them. The rest houses are overflowing with refugees, the sick and wounded, and noise. Right, what do we do? What do we do? Let's tend to the wounded. Alette and Oddleff spend the day along with the others in your caravan treating wounds, most of which came from the archers at the gates. I overheard from one woman that the city has been sending carts with food around. Oddleff tells you. Could be a way in, Ivor replies. Next time they send a cart, we bring it back in. Oda protests. Aside from leading to a fight, it would probably mean no more food for the refugees. Do we let the refugees starve? No. I don't want to get involved if others are going to suffer for it, you say. You would return to what you were doing. Let's rest for a day, see if anything happens. You take the opportunity to rest. The caravan eats, talks with the others, and feels a little better in general. Everyone but Ivor, who is anxious about being out in the open. Later in the day, you notice a crowd forming around a man shouting about something. Investigate the commotion. We've got no food! The commotion is turning into an angry mob who are becoming even more furious about getting me kept out of the city. You overhear them talking about attacking the archers on the walls and breaking through the gate. Hogan and Mogan join in and fan the rising flames. I won't let my family die in a field like a dog, shouts Hogan. He turns to you. Do this thing, Rook. We need you again. Well, we got no food. I can't let them all starve. Right, let's do it. Ah, that didn't feel good. Ivor agrees, and you think you have a chance of pulling this off. As you approach the gates, Ivor stops you. He steps up to the gates alone. Archers above watch, more curious than anything else. Planting his feet, he puts his full weight into the massive door. Aside from a long wooden creak, nothing happens. Oh no. Then, unbelievably, the doors start trembling. The archers shout, more to those inside the walls than out. The creaking becomes louder, then a crack. The doors part slightly. Help him, you shout to the others. When you look back again, you see that the entire mob are thrown in to push. The gate finally succumbs under your combined effort, and you find yourself face to face with dumbfounded guards. You bark at the mob to attack. Can we ask them to surrender? Can we shout to surrender at them? Why wasn't that an option? Right, this looks alright to me. Are they for them? Right, there's a couple of tough guys. That's tab, of course it is. Right. Yeah, we can keep it at that. Ready. To battle! Has to be right next to you? Yeah, they do. Come on. Ooh. Bash that shield. Guy with a beard, and then she can have a shot. Right. Don't think I can get close enough. That sucks. Don't use my willpower up yet. There's quite a distance between us, isn't there? Here we go. It's a bit closer so we can start doing some damage. Bye bye armor! Twang! I didn't want to do this! Well, you're gonna. Alright, we're gonna walk through that. Come on, walk through it. Come get me. You still can't get there. Loser. Bloody flail. Attacks at 1 strength. What? Attacks at 1 strength or arm reach. Lastly, it adds +1 for each adjacent ally. That sounds complicated. Right, let's start bringing them around that side. Come on, walk through it, walk through it. Come on! Ow. Same thing? Yeah. What? Yeah, attack. Get rid of half his health. What? Come on, walk through it, come on! Ah. Ooh, that was a lot. Oh my god, that was loads. Right, I'm going to have to use up that now. Get some damage. Let's get loads of damage in. They're not going to walk through it, are they? Oh man, there's loads of damage. She just does no damage at all. Say goodbye to your armor. Ooh, wallop. Alright, she can get rid of this guy. Damage out of the equation. Right, you need to go and do some damage, mate. Why is that using up? Oh, it has to use up 2. Oh well. There we go. I'll see what this bloody flail does. Looks hilarious. Ah, that's the same as they were doing. That's awesome. So if we move him here, he should get a bonus because there's people near him. Have I read it properly? Yeah, it's an extra damage. Oh god, he's so gonna die. can't really move very far. Move there. One damage, not enough damage really. Oh, he's not doing any damage at all. A bit of damage in before he dies. Ah, no, he got deflected. Right, I reckon getting some more damage out of the equation is a good idea. Oh, conk. Actually 7 to that guy. Five for the kill. Bang. Oh, you're going down. Sorry, Ivor. Oh, 9 damage. Take that. Got promoted again. She is a busy one. Wallop. You're getting pillaged, mate. Say goodbye to your armour. More armour damage. I can kill him before he gets around to his go. Come on, she's bound to get taken down. Yes. Say goodbye. Oh, that was so good. +7 renown. Take that. Guards who aren't lying at your feet run. A crowd of men and women scurry into the city while they have the chance, but it's only moments before a man wearing all black approaches, with many more axemen in his back. Ooh. Oh my god. Scary eyes. The lazy eye. What in the depths are you doing? Letting ourselves in. Oh, Ivor, you're so cool. I see that. I'm very impressed. But all those people you just led in here, dead. All the women and children with you, dead. And thanks for killing the only ones holding this place together, Scowl. What are you talking about? The man orders his guards to get the doors closed again before more refugees notice. If I knew there were fighters in the Varl outside, I would have brought you in. I'm Ekil. I'm in charge here. You heard about the chieftain? We heard. He's hiding out in the Great Hall. Oh, really? Think you mean hiding out in a grave? He's eating worms, if that wasn't clear. What happened in here? As soon as they heard Dredge were coming, anyone who couldn't swing an axe got one in the head. That's the short story anyway. At least 3 clans in here warring over turf and food, and the worst of the godforsaken Varl. He eyes Ivor and shrugs with exaggeration as if simply stating the obvious. We're in more danger here than out there. Look, I was in charge here before things went to crap. You've got some people who can fight. You've got a Varl who apparently has the strength of a god. I can keep your flock safe in the Great Hall. You fight for me, and to take back Frostvellr. I don't take sides. Too hard to tell when the good guys have become the bad. Fine, cut these sheep loose and watch your own asses. What do I care? What I want to do right now is get out of the damn streets. Think carefully about what you want. Right. Oh, does he sound... Just look at the state of him. He looks like a mental case. But we might be able to keep everyone else safe. Yeah, we'll join you for now. Good, because what else you were thinking would have been a bad idea. Ekil shouts to his men, and with the gates closed, you follow him down obscure alleys. Ooh. Hope we know what we're doing. Me too. Make it up as you go, Ivor. Just smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. Chapter 3. Little did they know. Bye, Rook. Back to the Varl. Hakon, we're back. I was able to get about as many warriors from Strand as you wanted, and more weapons. Extra supplies too. 100 fighters, 200 supplies. That's looking good. You perk up, just now realising Moga has been talking to you. Since Wagner died, everyone has been looking to you to make the decisions. It's exhausting. Hakon? Sorry, just tired. Go on. I was saying the Varl we sent to Strand have returned. The governor gave us most of what we wanted. Good enough. Much resistance from the governor? Some. I don't think he was happy about buying his fighters with using his own money. He also insisted we take on the lackey of his watch over his... He also insisted we take on a lackey of his to watch over his property. A man named Eric. Eric, I met him. He seemed pleasant enough. Regardless, the governor who will have to get over it unless he wants dredge crawling through his streets. We put down every slag that has wandered through here while they were gone. Enough flapping of mouths, then. You're sure that wound has healed, Luden? I agree, enough has already gone wrong. Something happens to the prince on a mission of peace, the alliance would rot. Or worse. Right. As Wagner's dead, there's no reason to stay. What do you expect me to do? Go back to my father and tell him one Varl died, so the alliance is over? He has a point. As Wagner's caregiver, you have the same responsibilities, Hakon. We would only be made to do this again later, and I will not suffer it all a second time. Either take us through the wandering road, or do your job and slaughter some dredge. Luden turns abruptly with a scowl. He stamps back to his ring of tents and followers. Wandering road's not an option with this many. I could crush that boy's skull with one hand. Seems a bit harsh. If Luden won't be deterred, you'll have to deal with it. Don't let Luden get to you. Let's go. I'm sick of looking at this dump. What do I tell the warriors, Hakon? Tell them to be cautious. Tell them we got them outside and dredge bodies. Tell them we don't stop till Schlid is retaken. Let's be cautious. I don't want people to keep on dying. Will do. Give the word and we'll set off. Oh wow! So that was another awesome bit of story and battles and stuff. Oh, this game is so good. Oh, my throat is so sore. Right, so I'm going to leave it there for now. Thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I shall see you again soon for more The Banner Saga, because it is so good. Thanks very much, and goodbye.